Live from Chicago for the NBA Draft Lottery of 2025. Wes Hall here along with Bijan Todd and Chase Hughes, of course, on site to see where the Wizards land in the 2025 draft. Well, gentlemen, the results have been shared. Everybody wants the number one spot, but for the Washington Wizards, it will be number 6 in the 2025 draft. I just want to get a perspective on what this means organizationally and what this can mean for the team moving forward.
Well, obviously a disappointing result comparative to what could have happened. You mentioned everybody wants the number one pick. I'm sure some Wizards fans out there were really rooting to pick in the top 2 or 3. But I've got some numbers that I think could help sort of add perspective, some silver linings here, right? Because I've studied drafts of the past, and through my research, I've found that the average draft still has 3 All-Stars on the board at the 6th pick, all right? Also, if you look back at drafts throughout the history of the NBA, very rarely is the number one pick the best player in the draft.
Sure, right.
In fact, 90% of the time, that isn't the best player in the draft. And the average pick of the most valuable player in a given draft is around 12th or 13th. Look at the best players in the NBA. SGA was 11th. Yeah. Giannis was 15th. Nikola Jokic, that's an extreme example, but he was 41st overall. So there is a very good chance that 10, 20 years from now, we look back and we realize that the best player in this draft was on the board, and hopefully for the Wizards' sake, it's the guy that they select.
Indeed.
To add on to Chase's point, Wes, we just got a chance to talk to Will Dawkins just a minute ago. With this draft specifically, he says it's a deep draft.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Wizards tried to get even more capital in this draft. They have number 6. They also have number 18, which is an extremely valuable piece to have. And I know we're talking about how the Wizards might have gotten unlucky tonight, even though statistically it was one of the more likely outcomes that could have happened to them. They also got really lucky about a month ago because when they made that trade with Memphis for Marcus Smart, that draft pick that they got from Memphis was going to be around number 27 or something. Lo and behold, it comes all the way up to 18 because of Memphis' slide at the end of the regular season. That's very, very good for Washington. We also asked him about the possibility of trading up, potentially. Nothing is guaranteed yet, but he said in every draft, you have to look for the best player. So if that means trading up, that option is still on the table. Yeah. So number 6, number 18, also a second rounder they have in the bag. This is not the worst case scenario for Washington. They're still going to get a lot of value in about a month when the draft happens on June 25th.
And I think that, go ahead.
Bijan makes a very important point. Like when they restructured the lottery in 2019, everyone focuses on what the percentage are to get the first and second pick.
Right.
What you realize when you look a little closer is that the most likely picks are 5th and 6th. So the Wizards just felt the wrong side of that tonight.
Yeah, guys, something you also have to keep in mind is history, right? Because last season, the draft haul that they got in the first round last year, tremendous. We know what happened with the rookie class of 2024 and all the numbers that they put up. So if you're a Wizards fan and you're thinking about perspective on how to deal with this, knowing what they have available, it's another opportunity to nurture, grow, and develop another great player. And to have them in our city, on our team, with the way that things are going now, obviously the future is bright with that. But I'm glad that we were able to share and see it in real time, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. From Chicago, NBA Draft Lottery 2025 in the books. Next, on to Brooklyn.